so hopefully you learned something from that time lapse of tillering the tree, but what can I say? Tillering is a hands-on process. I try to kind of steer you in the right direction, but ultimately you got to get in, pull up your sleeves, and try it out. Okay, so now that I'm finished with the tillering, I'm going to cut out my shelf, and I'll draw those lines to show you how I do it. We'll get you in close. Then I'll be shaping the handle. I like to use I don't know exactly what this type of rasp or style of rasp is, but it's basically flat on one side and rounded on one side. These known as like chainsaw blade sharpeners, or just round files, or whatever you want to call them. I got another file that has a round side and a flat side, and a flat bastard. I may use this draw knife I made, and I showed you how I made it because I'm a sharing guy. Probably won't need this, but I got it out just in case. And I cut out my shelf with this now. I used to use my bandsaw, but it's hard to get that right. I mean, I haven't not gotten it right, but I would have to do a bandsaw on the curve, jigsaw on the flat, and I'm scared of those jigsaws. I guess I could do the bandsaw, but I don't want to get it out. I'm lazy. I'm actually not lazy. This is harder to do. So I'm being lazy and not being lazy all at the same time. It's pretty awesome. You should try it out. Alright, so let's get in and I'll show you how I make those lines. Sorry about the chickens. They're my mother's. I'm raising them so that I can bring over to East Milton. And sometimes the more I talk, the louder they get. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and draw those lines on this thing. Now, let's get you over here. Let's get you deep in here. Let's get you right front row. Let's get you feeling the sweat flying off the basketball play. Okay, just kidding. Alright, so I put H there because I wanted to remember this is heavy, because I'm going to make this a positive tiller, making the heavier limb on the bottom. For some weird reason, when you do that, it draws more correctly. I don't know if it's gravity or what, but in any case. Then I have my center line. Okay. My center line's where I want this part of my hand to go. Okay. So I go up 1/2 inch, maybe even a little bit more sometimes. Now I remember where I try to draw here kind of a center line this way as well. Okay. Because I don't want to go that far in. I'm just creating a little bit of a shelf, that's all. Alright, I think I like that. Okay, that's how I do it. Pretty simple. Now, I'll go ahead and cut that out with this. That'll take a while. I wanted to explain something real quick. Make sure that, okay, so this is a heavy side. Woo, I almost screwed that up big time. Okay, Forget this. We're going this way. I almost made a negative tiller. That'd be weird. Same concept. Now, ooh, almost screwed up again. See how easy that could be? This is also wrong because that's a left hand grip. It should be here. Hot damn. I'm sabotaging myself. Okay. And that's basically what I was going to tell you. You want to make sure you put the shelf in the right place and the right hand, and make sure that if you're doing a positive tiller that your heavy side is towards the bottom. And that's basically it. I wanted to tell you don't screw up, and I screwed up 2 times. But realized it when I was about to teach you how not to screw up. Alright, so I'm going to cut this out. So clearly I have some work to do with the rasps and files to get that nice around the shelf and stuff like that, but it's in a good spot. Okay, so right on that center is where I'm going to start using the round edge on my file. We're also going to start working around it. Remember, the idea on this is going to be a pistol grip. The idea on this is that you're going to try to make it symmetric. Whatever you do to this side, you want to do to that side. Now we're going to turn it around to its side. And we're going to work on the side here. Alright, now the front of the bow, or the back of the bow, you'd say, because it's the back, and this is the belly, you're going to round that too, so I'll go ahead and start that process. Now on the side, it's going to be deep where your hands, your thumb and pointer finger are, right? But it's going to gradually go back to the width of the bow here. So we're going to round that too. You can see the handle starting to take shape, okay? We're rounding it. We're going to do a whole lot more shaping of this, but you're starting to see the beginnings. So whatever I did on this side, I want to do to this side as well, okay? If you can look at the front, you can see a better difference here. Okay, and we're back on the belly where our hand's going to go, just like that. Alright, and now this needs to fade upwards to the width or the regular depth, or whatever you want to call it, of the bow. So we're going to fade upwards now. Okay, so we got that kind of gradually going up, and we're not done yet by any means. We're going to you know, clean it up and all that stuff. But now we're going to work on the butt. And that is where the bottom of your hand will be. Okay. I have wide but short hands, so it's not going to bother anything down here. I'm just going to round everything up and make it flow. Alright, now I am working on the riser, and I'm just taking those saw marks out, and then I'll just kind of round it just like everything else. Now I'm rounding the shelf. I'm using a softer grain file here instead of a rasp, and I'm just going to make it nice and smooth and round. Alright, so now on the very corner here, I'll take this handy thing and just round that out. Now the fletching should be able to go through without ripping off. Okay, I'm just going to take everything now, round everything down, and make subtle flows between areas. Like here, I'll just round it and flow it together, make everything just kind of rounded, I guess. Everything's going to be rounded. And then I'm going to work on those spots I talked about. Okay? And just make it look good. And every now and then put my hand on there, make sure it feels comfortable. A lot of times in the front, you're going to have to round off a lot of that to make those fingers in front feel comfortable. Okay? Alright, here's the preliminary shaping, pretty much all the way finished. Actually, we're just gonna finish it with the rest of the bow, sandpaper and stuff like that. But everything's rounded, everything looks pretty, a little bit difference looking from right to left, but it's because of the lighting. It's pretty much all symmetric. Alright, so the bow is really just almost complete. I showed you how to make the handle. I'm not going to continue on with the videos. This is pretty much a done deal. You just need to sandpaper it down to smoothness, in which you basically do an 80, 120, 220, 300s, and then you're done with the grit is what I'm talking about. And then you spray it. I use a spray lacquer. Minwax makes it and Daft makes it, and it dries real quick, and the finish is gorgeous. So that's it. I hope you like this series. I have 2 others: how to make a red oak longbow and how to make a hickory backed ash bow. Please go check those out. This bow will be on sale very soon. I'll be selling it on Etsy. So check that out. I think it's www.etsy.com/Geronimo's Crafts. Alright, take care guys.